You never trust me. You always think that I'm gonna mess things up.
I have never been more attracted to you than I am right now.
Oops.
System overload. System overload.
Ever since Endgame, we've been asking ourselves, what's next for the Hulk in the MCU? Well, I'd say he still has quite a bit to do in the MCU.
Did you get that?
Natasha, Steve, and Tony are gone, and Hawkeye probably has his last incoming series. But Hulk and Thor will continue.
Yeah!
We already know quite a bit about Thor's future, but we don't really know that much about the Hulk. Marvel has been filming She-Hulk, and Tatiana Maslany has been on the sets for a while. She'd be joined by Mark Ruffalo's Smart Hulk, who was recently seen in his motion capture suit. I think that Smart Hulk is going to be really important to the She-Hulk series and beyond.
It's like, I was made for this.
So let's look at what Hulk's future could look like in She-Hulk and after that. Before I get to the theories about Hulk's future, it would be nice if you guys would hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Okay now, let's begin. She-Hulk will show us Banner's Smart Hulk transformation. Banner and Hulk were in a tough spot at the end of Infinity War.
Oh, screw you, you big green ass! I'll do it myself!
But in Endgame, we suddenly got Smart Hulk.
I'm so confused.
These are confusing times.
We've not seen anything from the 18 months he spent in a gamma lab during the 5-year time jump. Banner only told us about it, but we got no flashbacks from that period.
I'm wearing shirts now.
Yeah. What? How? Why?
That's because Marvel has been saving that 18-month period to be explored in She-Hulk. Banner's transformation into Smart Hulk could lead us to Jennifer Walters becoming the She-Hulk. In the comics, Jennifer Walters is a potent lawyer who gets attacked by a mob. So in a last-minute attempt to save his cousin, Bruce gives her a blood transfusion. His blood saves her life, but it also turns her into She-Hulk. Something like this could happen in the She-Hulk series as well. Remember what Tony Stark said to Banner when he was working with them on the helicarrier in the Avengers? He said that the extreme gamma exposure should have killed Banner. What he was implying here is that the Hulk actually saved Bruce Banner.
So you're saying that the Hulk, the other guy, saved my life?
Hulk was always the cure, and now Banner sees that he has learned to control him just like Tony teased in the Avengers.
Ow!
Hey!
Nothing?
Are you nuts?
Sure, Sam. You really have got a lid on it.
So when he will find his cousin Jennifer Walters counting her last minutes, he will save her with a blood transfusion and a controlled gamma exposure. Banner has seen the failures and uncontrollability of the Hulk firsthand. Over time, he learned to control his rage and work things out with the Hulk. Now the world sees him as a superhero, and kids love him.
Damn.
Bruce.
Listen to your mom. She knows better.
So we believe that to prevent his cousin from going into uncontrollable rage mode, he will use his own research that allowed him to attain stability. A controlled gamma exposure will not only cure Jennifer Walters and make her strong, but it will allow her to be in command of her state at all times. Hulk didn't have this luxury, but She-Hulk will. So, in She-Hulk, we will see Banner's 18-month time period revisited through some flashbacks when the same situation will be applied to She-Hulk. We will see how Smart Hulk assimilated into this new form through the eyes of She-Hulk.
Here, either it's all a joke or none of it is.
We're good.
Hulk invented an immortality machine in Avengers Endgame. While trying to nail time travel, Hulk actually created an immortality machine. Upon the first trial of time travel, Scott was sent back in time. So instead of pushing him through time, Smart Hulk pushed time through him. He came back as a baby, then a young boy,
Guys, this doesn't feel right.
and then an old man before coming back as his former self.
Somebody peed my pants.
I'll go into a little more detail very shortly, but people could actually stay immortal by using this tech.
What?
Old Man Cap could be young again. Maybe this is how Steve Rogers could return. Let me explain. How Smart Hulk will fix his arm in She-Hulk. Smart Hulk is deeply rooted in the origin of She-Hulk. We've already theorized that Smart Hulk will be the one to save Jennifer Walters and turn her into a very stable and in control She-Hulk. But what is going to be his role in the series beyond Jennifer Walters' transformation? He has to be the one to guide She-Hulk. Jennifer will definitely find her new form difficult, and that's where Hulk will help her adapt to the situation. But besides being a support to her, we have to believe that Hulk will also get in on the action. After all, it is a Marvel series, and there has to be a ton of action, especially when multiple Hulks are involved. Tim Roth is confirmed to return as Emil Blonsky, and the MCU has slowly been setting a roadmap for the Red Hulk to arrive. So Thunderbolt Ross could also turn into the uncontrollable Red Hulk next year. Then both She-Hulk and Smart Hulk might have to stop their rampage. But if you think about it, Hulk isn't really in a condition to fight someone like Red Hulk, or even the Abomination. We clearly saw in Endgame that his Smart Hulk form isn't as big or as strong as the old rampaging Hulk. And his current state is even weaker, as he lost his good arm while snapping his fingers. As far as we've been told, that arm has been permanently damaged. But we would like to believe that the damage is reversible, and that could be his arc in She-Hulk. Hulk still has a long way to go in the MCU, and he cannot be going around with that sour arm for a long time. He still has a lot left in him, and to take on the Red Hulk, he'd definitely need all hands on deck. So Hulk will definitely be motivated to fix his arm. Maybe the motivation will come because the Abomination will beat the crap out of him and She-Hulk in their first bout. And that's where our theory comes into the mix. By now, we know for sure that everything in the MCU happens for a reason. Most scenes and dialogues turn out to be setups for future projects. And keeping that in mind, Scott Lang turning into Baby Scott will also have future ramifications.
It's Scott.
As a baby.
He'll grow.
Bring Scott back.
Hulk caused the EPR paradox and pushed time through Scott. He turned him into a baby and an old man before bringing back his present self. He saw it as an absolute win, and so do we. The immortality machine we just talked about could be used to fix Hulk's arm. Did you notice that when Scott turned into an old man, he was complaining about his back?
My back. It's like, what is this?
And then, when the original Scott returned, his body was totally fine, except for the pee in his pants.
Somebody peed my pants.
So, it is clear that when time is pushed through someone, his or her body ages or de-ages. And when the de-aging happens, all the diseases and damages to the body could be restored. So when Smart Hulk will push time through himself, he could actually reach to his former self. He could even reach the pre-Hulk phase where Bruce Banner wasn't exposed to gamma radiation. But in She-Hulk, he'd probably just get back to his former self from before the snap. That way, he and She-Hulk will be perfectly capable to take on the Abomination and the Red Hulk duo together. And using the machine, even old Steve could be de-aged if necessary.
Wow. I think you just invented immortality.
Hulk versus Wolverine. It is really hard to predict what will happen with the Hulk beyond She-Hulk. I mean, he could either retire after reuniting with Betty, or he could even become a guru for the Young Avengers. But Marvel still owes us a Hulk versus Wolverine battle. So once the Hulk fixes his arm, he could be called in to track down Weapon X. Since we've not seen Adamantium Wolverine, or any other mutants till now, Logan's Adamantium experiment could actually take place in the present day. And as soon as he escapes after becoming indestructible, Hulk would be sent after him. Meaning we could get a Hulk vs. Wolverine matchup in the first solo Wolverine movie. World War Hulk or Maestro? The angriest that we've seen Hulk in the MCU was in Avengers: Age of Ultron. We've seen how every vision that the Avengers saw because of Wanda came true in the future. Thor's vision happened in Ragnarok. Tony's and Steve's visions came true in Endgame. And now the upcoming Black Widow movie will tie in with Nat's vision about her dark past. But we don't know what Hulk saw and turned into a green rage monster. He went absolutely berserk after that, so this plot thread has to be tied into the future. And I believe that his future holds the World War Hulk storyline or Maestro. So don't worry you guys, we'll surely get an angry, devastating Hulk sometime after he fights Wolverine. What do you think about these theories? Let us know in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and go check out some more fun videos on our channel. That's all for now. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!